Hi guys, these are your handover videos for your Sterling Eccles Topaz. So at the front you have your jockey wheel, which is used to level the caravan, and then on either side here and at two ports at the back you have these little cutouts for putting on your leg winder, and your legs are only used to stabilize the caravan. Do not attempt to jack up the caravan or level the caravan using the legs. You level the caravan with the jockey wheel to start, and then once it's level you put down all four legs. We are using our own equipment today, however you've got your gas bottle in there. So as you can see, the gas bottle is connected through this gas hose, and then the gas hose goes through onto the front locker onto this port on the front. I hand tighten it to start off with, and then once I can't hand tighten it anymore, I just give it a quick little going around with a spanner just to make sure it's tight on both ends. You don't want it too tight and you don't want it too loose, you want it just about right. And then once that's attached, turn your gas bottle all the way to the positive side until you can't turn it anymore, and that's how gas gets into the system. Moving on to this side of the caravan, we're using an RAC roll, however we're using your water pump. So the water pump connects into this part here, and it's used on a trigger system, so you have to push in the trigger to be able to pull it out. So stick that back in, and if you don't, you won't be able to pull it out. Then as well, we are using nice clean drinking water. At the bottom of your water pump, your water lead, you have this strainer. Now the strainer has to sit at the bottom of the barrel to be able to get all the water through. So we'll put that all the way at the bottom. Okay, and then you have this plastic bit on top, which is used to stop getting essentially all the nasty bits flooding into your water. So that's how that works. Then just here you have your compartment for your mains lead. You also have your red key back here for your motor mover, which we'll show you on collection. So the mains lead connects onto this point. Then you have your leisure battery just here, and then as well you've got a little cutout so that you could shut your locker, just so you know no one pulls out your mains lead or anything like that. We'll show you how to use the motor mover on the day. Just here you have two ports that open up, and these are 28.5 millimeters. You do have the pipes in the caravan, and this is for your drainage out your system. So it comes out of your shower, it comes out as well from your sinks. So lay your waste master on the floor, plug in your two 28.5 millimeter pipes, and it leads into the waste master. And then just here you have this port, which is where you will put in your water for your toilet. So it can carry up to about 10 litres, and then you also put in your pink fluid as well in here. I'd say probably about like a ratio of 10:1 or something like that for your pink fluid against your water, just to make it smell clean. Just get yourself something like a cheap watering can, just to make it a little bit easier to get yourselves your water in. And that opens up with your key. And then just on the bottom here you have your port for your cassette toilet, which I'll push in. So the way to get this out, use your orange handle, press it up and pull it out. Okay, I'll just show you here. So on your cassette toilet you have this orange handle, or this orange lever, which you twist to the side. Then once you're at your emptying point on site, you take off that cap, you tilt, and at the same time as tilting you continually press in this button to vent it out. Then once you've done that, swill it out with some nice fresh water just so there's no smells, and do the same again, tilt, vent, and then you put in your blue chemical into this cap. You have measurements on the side as well for however much you need, imperial and freedom units there. and then twist the cap back on, put it back to its central position, then put it back in. Then you have to get it so the orange bit clicks behind these teeth, and then it can't be removed without pressing the lever up. And then as well, just above here, you can see, lying just above, you have this little nozzle which sits just up above there. Now, you're not supposed to have either this cassette full or your water full in transit. So what this little nozzle is for, it's for emptying out all of the water. So it just opens up there and then just lies on the top here. Okay, that is everything for your exterior. Now I'll show you inside. Now, inside your caravan, just above the door, you have this power board, is what I like to call it. This is essentially where you turn everything on. So when you press it in, and whatever's green and illuminated is what's operating at the time. So you can see I currently have a water pump on, I have power on, and it's power coming from mains into the caravan. If it was 12-volt battery, I'd be able to see a green illumination going into there. Now as well, I can check the levels of the leisure battery or the vehicle battery, or both if they're both installed, by either clicking in leisure battery, which shows 14 because I'm currently on mains, or pressing view levels, which does the same thing, however it will appeal for both. Or when you have your vehicle battery on, you can press in vehicle battery and it does the same. Now when you first get into your caravan and you want to pump your water through, you press on this button until you see it illuminated green. So you only have to press it in once. Then once you've done that, after a few minutes, go over to your sinks and check the water. It may splutter, it may cough, however eventually it will come through straight, nice and clear. So check that in both sinks, and also check it in the shower if you're planning to use the shower. Okay, so that's how to use that board. And then just down here you have your outer board, which is also for your heating as well. So to turn it on, you press in this button here, and then once you've got to this screen, you press menu. Now on menu, you have a few options. This top one here can go up and down like that. It's just not responding because I've got a sanitizer on my thumb. And it can either go up or down, and that is for your heating. That is for the heat inside the caravan. Just wipe this sanitizer off. And then just below, you have this shower icon. It's got this level here as well. So when the level is full, that means that it is for your water. So it's for the heat of the water. So you can either have it all the way down at the bottom, you can have it in the middle, which is for 40 degrees, or you can have it at the top, which is for 60 degrees. And then just below it, you've got your electricity. So this is the power that the caravan is taking in for your electricity. So you can either have it off and completely go off gas. You can have it at 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatts, or 3 kilowatts. However, the majority of sites will not have the capability for 3 kilowatts. It's always best to check beforehand though, but the safest bet is always going off 2 kilowatts. And then whenever this flame is ignited green, you press it in once. That means that the gas is being used. So currently we're on 2 kilowatts of electricity with the gas power at full on the heat for your water, which we've checked, all working fine. And then on the top you have your heat. Okay, and then as well, this spanner gives you some extra settings as well, such as your time, turning your night off, the brightness, setting on a timer, and a bunch of other little extras as well, which is more for you to play about with than anything. Because, I mean, it's got language, it's got the sounds, it's got a load of little extras as well. So that's just something for you to have a play about with. Okay, so now for your first part of your kitchen operations, I'm going to show you how to use your Dometic 3-way fridge. So I'll turn it off just so we can go from the start. You may not be able to see it just because of my camera, but I'll try and show it as best as I can. So you have 4 buttons on the side, then 2 buttons on this side. This circle with the slit down the middle, that is your power button. So turn it on, press and hold in, and you'll see everything illuminate. So it will go back to its most recent memory, which is mains on full. So you have mains, you have gas, and you have 12 volt. For your mains, just simply press it on and you'll see you've got this blue illumination light. For your gas, if you wanted to use gas, press it in and you'll hear it slowly tick on, right? And it will eventually go on. Now for 12 volt, I can't show you 12 volt right now, but it is very similar to mains. As soon as you're hooked up your caravan to your car, you can press on 12 volt, which is this icon here, and you will be able to charge up your fridge and chill it through your car battery, because it does take a few hours for it to be fully chilled. Now, this icon here is a hazard icon. If there is any faults with a fridge, the hazard icon will come on. But we've checked and no hazards are coming on. Then this test tube or thermometer or whatever you want to call it, this is for your temperature gauge. So when all the bars are illuminated blue, that means it's at full charge. However, if I press it in, I can go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and choose which level I want to use. Either way, maximum chills it the fastest, and then the smallest one chills it the slowest. But that is how to operate your Dometic 3-way fridge. And now I'll show you how to use your hob grill and oven. Now for this system here, this is all part of the Thetford gas system. This can only operate off gas, whilst your fridge can operate off mains, gas or 12 volt. Your microwave can only operate off mains. So it's very similar to a gas cooker at home. It's a case of pressing in this button and twisting it to the side to whichever you want desired. This is just an example of what a flame should look like. This nice blue clear continuous flame that keeps going. And that is when it's twisted to the side. Now I'll just show you that these other two work. The electric plate does work, however there's no real physical way of looking at it and knowing that it's on, except for the fact it is on. So I'll just show you this one. Again, nice blue clear continuous flame. It's not the most enjoyable viewing experience this, but and there we go. Same with the electric plate. You press in this button and you twist it to the side. Now for your grill, it's the same thing. You've got this part at the top which shows the grill, and there you see nice blue clear continuous flame. And then the same, see if I could do it with one hand. I can't. There we go. Oh, nope, I've turned it off. I'm a caravan salesman, not a cameraman. But there you can see, nice blue clear continuous flame. Okay, so all it is, it's pressing in this button, twisting the knob to the side. However, do not shut down this glass plate until all of this on top is cool to the touch, because otherwise that will make the glass shatter. Now, finally, just underneath the right hand side bed, you have, this is mainly for technicians, but I'll show you this anyway. So, you have here your brain box for your motor mover, and then just here you have this blue pipes with this yellow switch toggle. When that is in the horizontal position, that means it's allowing water to come through. When it is in the vertical position, however, it is not allowing water through. In fact, it's doing the opposite. It is draining water. So whenever you're wanting water to come through, you want it in that horizontal position. And as well, just here, gonna move that. You have your trips and you have your fuses as well, which open up here. You've got your fuses, sorry, there, and your trips in here. Now your trips need to be all up in the vertical position if you want everything to work. And you can see what's currently on by what's illuminated. So you can see your battery chargers on, you can see your heating and hot water is on, and you can see that the spare fuse is also on. Shouldn't have shut that just yet. But as you can see, fuses, trips, lights to illuminate, and if you need any other extra information, you have this sheet just on the door underneath, so you know which fuse is which. But that is essentially everything you need to know from down here. Everything else is pretty much for a technician. Okay, so that's everything you should need to know for your handover. However, if you do have any other questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Cheers.